Hey guys, I am Catchy.
And I'm Locke. Welcome to another episode of the Movie Bros.
And today we are reviewing Cape Fear.
One of Robert De Niro's...
Well,
I think it's a role he had a lot of fun with.
I think he had a lot of fun with this. I think it really, like American Psycho, it kind of personified him. He brought a lot of his own personality to it. It was really a fluid acting role for him.
Oh yeah, it was cool. His accent was a little...
Yeah, it was a
little odd, but...
So it was a Southerner movie, he was supposed to be Southerner, but...
Yeah.
It was
I have to say, Nick Nolte as well. This is probably my favourite Nick Nolte movie.
Oh yeah.
That's not saying much. I'm not a big fan of Nick Nolte.
I'm not a huge fan of him. I remember him doing something, it was like Night Watch or something like that. It was pretty good.
Yeah, he did a film with Eddie Murphy. I think it was Another 48 Hours or something.
Oh, that was in like 82.
Yeah.
That was good, but yeah, Jessica Lange as the wife. And of course, Juliette Lewis as the daughter.
Juliette Lewis is someone you really like, isn't it?
I'm not going to say she's attractive, I'm just saying she's okay.
She works well in an underage sort of role.
I'm not weird, I'm just saying she's okay. And yeah, there's a bit of a weird, odd exchange between Robert De Niro and Juliette Lewis in the movie, but basically the plot of the movie is that
Robert De Niro is Max Cady, a freshly released criminal.
Yeah, and Nick Nolte is a lawyer that defended him, I think it was 14 years ago.
Defended him and lost, that's why Max Cady went to prison. And
yes.
The idea is that Max Cady gets it in his head that Nick Nolte's character was sitting on evidence that could have acquitted him.
Which was true. Look, I won't ruin it for you, but yeah.
It was, it was true.
It was true. And yes...
I will just say that he was accused of raping and beating a woman.
Yeah, and he is psychopathic in the film, and I think he's like confirmed to be a psychopath in the blurb here. So yeah, I think that really went well for him. I liked.
It did.
He kind of
You see Robert De Niro in a lot of tough guy acts, but just to see
Raging Bull, yeah.
Yeah, well, to see him kick back and have fun with this role, and he was menacing. He was, as Max Cady, he was definitely psychotic.
Oh, he was psychotic as hell, and yeah, he brought a fear to the whole thing, and basically the whole movie just revolves around his menacing and tormenting the family of Nick Nolte. What's his character name?
I'm not sure what the character name is.
Yeah,
you don't hear it a lot in the film, yeah.
Yeah. He's a lawyer anyway, and yeah, it's him terrorizing the family. It climaxes pretty much as well as any movie could ever climax.
It's got a cool end scene. The riverboat.
The riverboat. The host boat. Yeah, that went really well, and the ending kind of leaves you clueless, as to what happens, and you're like, is there going to be a last scare? Is something going to happen here? It didn't happen, but yeah, Max Cady goes under, and you're like, ooh.
That's one more thing we'll mention about this movie that ties in really well with Max Cady's character, the musical score.
Oh, I was just going to say, the soundtrack
everybody's heard the music from Cape Fear, and as soon as it kicks in, you know.
Yeah, they did a good little Simpsons episode with Sideshow Bob.
Yeah,
with this music. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
And yeah, that went well. It was kind of a takeoff of it, and yeah, it goes well. Who was that character that he consulted with? The
private investigator.
Yeah, the private investigator.
I'm not sure who played the private investigator.
I've seen him in a few things.
In a lot of movies. Yeah. Sorry, we didn't think about this before this. But yeah, he gets taken out pretty quick, and I have to say, you see Robert De Niro in a maid's outfit, which is pretty scary.
Almost as scary as Tommy Lee Jones in Lincoln with that head.
I haven't seen Lincoln, I can't say anything about it.
Yeah, so. It's a lot of talking.
A lot of talking. A dialogue-driven movie.
Yeah,
that's alright.
That's alright. But
back to Cape Fear. What would you give it out of 10? What
would I give Cape Fear out of 10? I'd give it a hearty 8.5.
Hearty 8.5? I'll agree with you.
8.5.
8.5. It's a fantastic thriller, it's menacing, it's psychopathic.
Where would you go with this as to Robert De Niro's best film? Where would you place?
Well look, Robert De Niro's done a lot of great movies. I mean, he did He was involved in the Godfather movies.
Oh, absolutely. I think you.
Raging Bull.
Raging Bull. Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver. Yeah, absolutely. He's been in so many great films. He was Al Capone in The Untouchables.
Goodfellas.
He was underused in The Untouchables, I think.
Yeah, he was as Al Capone in The Untouchables, very underutilized. That was kind of. He could have been a saving grace for that film. I liked it. It just wasn't the gangster classic that Goodfellas or Godfather was.
I love Goodfellas. It's
Goodfellas
probably one of my favourite movies of all time.
Joe Pesci's best film.
Joe Pesci.
Unless you're going to say Lethal Weapon 2.
No,
Lethal Weapon 4.
Joe Pesci's best film is probably Goodfellas. Yeah. Probably Ray Liotta's too. If it had been
absolutely. But where would you put this at number 1? Cape Fear.
Cape Fear.
De Niro.
I enjoy him a lot in Cape Fear, I have to say. Yeah, probably.
Probably he's number 1. I'll probably he's number 1 at Taxi Driver. I'm just a bit. I don't know if you like it. I think Taxi Driver is an absolutely fabulous film.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have to say as well, this is reminiscent of something like Taxi Driver as well, because he both stepped out of his comfort zone to do a role that sort of you wouldn't see him do.
Well, yeah, it's still different in a lot of ways, but it's
bridging the sort of mentality of
it's definitely a familiar direction style. It's directed by Martin Scorsese as well. Of course, a great relationship with Robert De Niro. It's an awesome director-actor duo, and 8.5 for Cape Fear. Absolutely, go see it.
You've been watching The Movie Bros with Locke
and Catchy. See you next time.